Hey everyone, Simon here with a quick update about Bitcoin and a few other things. In the previous video I made, I talked about compatibility being the ultimate secret of what we do, which is astrology. Meaning, if you haven't seen that video, check it out. To summarize, it basically says that our job is to put you together with the right job, with the right place to live, with the right person. And if we do that correctly, you as a client have a chance to live your happiest, your best life, ideally speaking. And so astrology is the art of compatibility, helping you find places and companies and professions and people that you get along with best so that you can grow. And it doesn't mean that, you know, you live in a world cushioned by pillows, right? Because stress is necessary to grow. However, sometimes stress can also break you down and kill you. So we want to create situations, even with the best compatibility, you're still going to have stress, right? You're still going to have arguments, you're still going to have problems, but those problems and challenges, it's like working out. You know, they're enough of a stress to help your muscles grow, your heart get healthy, but not so much that it breaks down your joints and now you're limping and you can't walk anymore, right? So the correct amount of stress is very helpful. So I've read some of the comments, and some of you have asked, how do I find my lucky sounds? Like, how do I get paired up for optimal compatibility to my lucky sounds? Now, I don't do that anymore, but I've taught a number of my close friends and students how to do it. arjumoon.com. You can get your lucky sounds for 75 bucks, and you get a beautiful, a spreadsheet, so you know how to use that. So you can get that on arjumoon.com. But there are plenty of other Jyotishis who do this as well. Other questions you guys have asked is, okay, so how do we pair you with lucky sounds? Well, if you are a Jyotishi, a very simple thing you can do is look at where your Jupiter sits. What is the sound of your Jupiter? In this case is Ja. Where is your yogi point? That's a very auspicious sound for your chart as well. Typically the moon sound is good. Dr. Deepak Chopra came up with a whole meditation method called a primordial sound meditation. It's based on your chart, right? And it's based on the moon sound. So in this case, it would be J. Dadi Dukha J T, right? So this is in this part of the zodiac. So, I'm not teaching primordial sound. I'm just telling you how they find the sound. So the actual meditation then would say Om Jam Namaha, Om Jam Namaha, like that. What you can add to it, or alternately, if you don't like that sound, you can do your your ascendant sound. So in this case, Da, Dam Namaha, Dam Namaha. It's the cerebral Da, 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 instead of the dental Da, where your tongue goes to your teeth, and the cerebral Da, like the dot between your eyes. Anyway, so those are some ways to find your lucky sounds. So your Jupiter placement, your ascendant placement, your moon placement, your yogi point placement. You can even use your part of fortune placement, right? Your punya saham. Those are good. Now, and then you can get fancy and find your 11th cusp sound placement. That sometimes is good for career. You can use your 10th cusp sound placement. If you're going to work for either Microsoft or something else, if your 10th cusp is in Leo, where the sound mi, me, ma, mi, mu, me, mo is specifically ma, mi, mu, me in Magha Nakshatra, and you have Magha Nakshatra on your 10th cusp, and you have an opportunity to work for a company that starts with Ma, that would be good, ideally, all other factors being equal. So these are some of the ways that we put you together. We help you find compatibility with the right sound. Okay, now I did say I was going to give you a Bitcoin prediction, so why don't I do that? And then I'll go on and talk about other things, because this is kind of my show, my channel, I guess, and I'm just kind of going to ramble on. But the rambling is based on your questions and comments. So I'm attempting to answer these. So in March, I gave a prediction. I thought Bitcoin would begin to rise up the last 10 days of March. So let's see if we could pull up Bitcoin's chart here. And you can see starting right around the 21st, 22nd, 21st actually, it did. It actually started to come up, and between the 20th and the 30th, it kind of peaked. At this time, I also said that first 2 weeks of April looked bearish, particularly like the, I don't know, the 5th through the 12th, around there. But just let's say the first 2 weeks to be generally in the area. So look, right around March, April 1st, Bitcoin took a dump, and now it's continuing to take a further low. Today's April 7th. So things are playing out as expected. Now here's the last thing I said, and I'm just going to repeat what I said back in March. The second half of April. I'm trying to help those of you. I'm not trying to help anyone. I'm giving you my prediction. You do what you want with this. The second half of April looks particularly bullish, especially now. Is it the 15th? Is it the 29th? Look, I think even before the second half of April, Bitcoin is going to start to rebound. But I'm breaking this down just very binarily. First half of April, generally down. Well, I think there will be a wick up here soon. But second half of April, particularly the last 7, 8, 9 days, particularly bullish. So, that's my prediction for April, and then May should continue bullishness. Now, if we pull back and look at the macro condition, I see 3 peaks. Dr. Andrew Dutta also sees 3 peaks in 2022. The first being in May. So right, end of April, we're starting to get bullish. Then there will be 2 more peaks. So it'll come back down, 2 more peaks. I have to look. I think it's September and November of this year, of 2022. I'll definitely let you know before then. But the first peak is coming in May, I believe. So this year is shaping up to be something like the upside down of last year. There's a show called Stranger Things on Netflix where we live in the normal world, but then there's the upside down, which is the negative, the reverse world, which is kind of dark. I feel like 2022 is the upside down because last year, January, February, March, April, and the first half of May, very bullish, right? And then the rest of the year, difficult. June, July, August, very difficult. We had a nice, October, November was nice, but then back down. Whereas this year, January, February, March, not good, no bueno. Even, April so far. But I think the end of April and May, it'll be the reverse. Instead of dumping, I think we should see a nice pump up. So I'm still holding to my prediction of minimum, I think 100K Bitcoin. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to hit exact prices. I thought we'd hit 300. So I'm going to stick to that. There's some evidence, in the charts that I did a while back. The problem is when I was doing these charts, I was under some Rahu influence. So who knows if that's going to play out, but I'm sticking to it. Okay, I'm not taking any backseas. I'm not deleting any videos. What's out there is what's out there. Wrong and right predictions both. So let's see what happens. I do think we can reach, I think here's the final nugget. So May, first peak. September, November, I believe the second and third peaks. The second and the third peaks will be the highest. So I don't think we're going to hit 100K in May. Not even close. I don't think so. I think we may hit a new all-time high, but not 100K. But then the second and third peaks stand to be bigger. Let's see what happens. So why am I talking about Bitcoin? Because this, for some people, is a way for them to free themselves, to free yourselves from financial dependence. And if we can contribute in some way to this, with predictions and with your own good judgment and good decisions, then I'm happy to be part of that. So that's my Bitcoin prediction. Summarized. Second half of April up. May, the first peak. September, November, the second and the third peaks. What happens in between, we'll have to take a closer look after this, but let's see if this plays out. I think that's it from my end. I will announce this once again. It's April 7th. Middle of the month, I'm closing this class, which is Divine Love, Personal Handicap. This is my ultimate compatibility course. There's nothing like it anywhere else on the internet or live. The techniques we're going to use and teach in this class, you can use to set yourself up, set your own compatibility, like I said, with a personal partner, with a job and profession, with the country you live in, with the city you live in, and the sounds of the, of the zodiac. Even if you're a stock trader, which sounds are going to be profitable for you? Is the B sound for Bitcoin good for you? If it is, then this is useful. If it's not, don't do it. Do something else. Because I found that even if Bitcoin's price goes up, for people who have that sound, it's not good for them. Let's say it's the Ava Yogi, or it's in their 8th house, or it's in their 12th house, and it's afflicted with K2 or something, the sound B, then even with Bitcoin goes up, you're not able to profit, and you get frustrated, and you're not, you should do something else. Now, you can stay in the crypto space and do Ethereum, or simply just do something completely different. But that's the goal of knowing what you are compatible with and what works for you. And I'm here to help as far as I can, and to train and teach you guys to do this for yourselves. Because in the end, it doesn't require that much knowledge. Like, this isn't rocket science. It's actually harder than rocket science in many ways, Jyotisha, but this level of it is not, and it's certainly accessible to anyone who tries it. All right, guys, that's it out of me. We'll see you in the next one, and I'll have more astrology combinations and video and remedies for those combinations in the next video. All right, namaste, everyone.